It's now been almost a month since we've hunted on any map other than Rancho del Arroyo, minus going to Te Aurora quickly for the fallow guide the other day. But I've been looking forward to going back to Layton Lakes anyway, and then we saw EW's livestream earlier this week, where we learned a couple of different things. For one, some of these zone times on Layton have changed, and I think that's going to be very interesting to kind of rediscover them. But we were also told that there's been a kind of population redistribution, so we might see species in areas where we've never seen them before, and to me that makes it feel like almost a brand new map, so I'm really looking forward to getting out here and kind of rediscovering Layton in a way. Well, that is most certainly a change. That's a Blacktail feed zone early in the morning, 4:30 to 8 o'clock, so Blacktail have always drank on Layton for like over 4 years, from 5 to 9, and obviously if they are feeding 4 to 8, that is no longer going to be the case. I should have paid attention to the range. By the way, we are carrying the 6.5 today because the render glitch is no longer an issue, so we can take longer shots and actually apparently do halfway decent. I'm surprised it's dropping as quickly as it is, but we don't have to worry about them running out of render because of the slightly weaker caliber. But something that I think is most intriguing with this whole like population redistribution and the changes of zone times is that if they're willing to do it on Layton, I can imagine they'll do it on other maps as well, and I think Parquet is a decent example because after around noon, most species on the map kind of go and rest, and things are a lot less active and interesting. And if they were to kind of maybe change that to where throughout the day at least one species is a little more active, then I think that map would be a lot more fun to hunt at different times, and we'll sort of see what Layton is like, but I'm hoping that's sort of the approach they went for. I mean, it'll remain to be seen for a while, but it is cool kind of just seeing the Blacktail out feeding right now, and I believe the elk drink time is the same. So you might be gaining one more species active already right after the early morning cycle, but that was just simply double lung at 300 meters. I don't think anything was done to the 6.5, but that did go down nice and quickly. And by the way, that is the 6.5 Rayo that we're running with, just because we haven't gotten to use it that much. I did not realize that was 350 meters away. And I mean, again, the 6.5 did really well. I don't know that it was actually mentioned, but it seems as though they've done a pop reset, and probably to get all the animals into their new zones. So kind of to go back to what I mentioned earlier, not only does this feel like a new map because the distribution is different, but also the fact that it would be a fresh pop of animals as far as I'm aware. It's not a huge change, but actually that says elk drink time now is 4:30 to 8:30, and I have a tent right here. So currently we spawned too close to where those elk would be. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one now that I'm looking at the weight, but we gotta get over here like over 200 meters from where they are, and that'll actually get them to spawn in. But it's, I mean, from 5 to 9, not much different, but clearly they've kind of tweaked a lot of things. In fact, not only is our elk a good one, it's my favorite level 4 rack with the split tines up there. And this kind of reminds me of this lake a really long time ago. I mean, we have the blacktail here, elk here, and most importantly, a thing that I've not seen here in a very long time is the whitetail jackrabbit. And this lake used to be loaded with them when they initially came out, but I don't know the last time that I've ever seen any just right here at the water. But still, we're definitely going to take the bull. I wonder if tracks are properly showing here, because for a really long time, and I'll show where we are on the map once again, this little lake in Chila, tracks just kind of didn't appear on that side of the lake. So just because certain things have been switched around, we'll pay attention and see if we can spot any. I see footprints, blood, and disturbed veg over there, so I guess it's working. I just realized the particle effect's not working here either, so I don't know if I have it turned off by chance, because I was turning off tracks for something earlier, I think to be able to see where dead rabbits were in the dark. 329 scoring bull isn't bad. Let's actually take a look here at the settings. Yeah, I have it on, so maybe it's every map that doesn't have the particle effect currently working. That might be a good thing. It might be easier to fix on the dev side of things, but kind of just dealing with the same thing we've had on Rancho for a while. Man, I really believed that was going to be a level 5. It's actually an uneven rack. I'm wanting to see if he'll drink anywhere, because I'm curious just what happens basically after that first drink time of 8:30, and we've got some elk feeding down in here, and we're in an area that elk would never be in the past. Just kind of above the Runaki border, but generally in Layton Lows, that was not an area that elk like to be. Technically, up to 281, that moose has a chance of being at diamond level 4. Are they gonna drink there? The cow just stopped. I want to take that just in case he runs out of our sight. I'm assuming, like, the elk drink time was very similar to the old one, and if the moose drink time is, we'll know for sure that till sometime around noon, animals are going to be drinking somewhere on Layton, but for now, that search is going to have to continue. The brow tines on the level 5 moose tend to make all the difference, so I'm guessing that one small brow tine is going to keep him under that 274 mark. Not by much. A 592 kg level 4 moose. I've seen these shot kind of here and there. A lot of times they would make diamond, and if he was even with this side, he would. He's just over 5.1 below the diamond minimum. But in the past, it would be about 586, 587 kg. Everything above was a 5, and this is a true X thing, like we see this fairly often. Just the first time I've actually had one go level 4 above, say, 590. Well, it's not exactly the monster that we just shot, but I think that will confirm what we're looking for. 8:30 to 12, so again, it's very, very similar, but it actually ends about an hour earlier. It used to be 9 to 1300 for moose. So, good to know, and again, we now know that till noon, something somewhere on Layton will be drinking, and that's, like I said kind of at the beginning, kind of what I was hoping they would go for. I guess I forgot, but I already knew the new whitetail drink time, and that brings us well beyond noon for the time that animals are consistently active. And if we look at this, the new whitetail drink time is 12 to 16:30, and the old one was 12 to 1500. So same start time, but a bit of a longer zone. And I think that's going to be good because Rancho certainly seems to be a little better for whitetail hunting in general. So there's a bit of a reason to come to Layton for that longer time. That technically at a estimate up to 260, it has a chance of being a level 2 diamond, but I'm pretty confident it is going to be a gold. I forgot we're running with the 6.5 here, so that's a lung. First one should have been because it was broadside, so I think we're fine, but kind of overlooked the fact that we have a smaller weapon. It's been long enough now that I really don't remember what the 6.5 would have done on a whitetail before, but it really does feel like it might have gotten a little bit of a buff. I don't remember seeing anything about that in the patch notes or really any reason that they would have buffed it. But it's doing really good for us today. That was a 239 scoring buck, so definitely a good one. But I'm pretty sure kind of the wrong rack to be that level 2 diamond. That is a pretty good sized piebald whitetail, and we just about sent him running. So if we can, I'd like to get that shot off. He's kind of freaking out a bit. I think it's the walkway here that does it, because I saw some deer kind of having problems with it earlier, but he's going to turn back for us there, actually all the way, and I'll let him drink and lift his head. I guess it is to be expected with a pop reset, but that's a pretty good size. Rare to just be here on that initial spawn. So let's see. Had to make sure we kept that good and low, because it was under 150, but go figure. Of all things, whitetail, we've been hunting them a lot on Rancho. That's easily the best whitetail we've had since the Rancho release. It has kind of been interesting though. All of the rare whitetail we've had since Rancho came out have been piebalds. There's not been any albinos or melanistics, so I'm not sure. We know there's like an issue with the fur types in the trophy lodge. There's potentially a chance, because I said anything new we get is kind of subject to changes fur type when they do that fix, so maybe there are too many piebalds spawning and they're going to be the ones that are sort of changed, but I kind of hope not. That's a 220. I'm not so sure what we would actually do with it. We are going to tax it for sure, but in the trophy lodge already, they're currently displaying as commons, but we have like roughly a 220s albino and a 260s piebald, and that's back when 270 something was diamond, so the 260 piebald now kind of looks like it should be a diamond but messed up, but of course it just didn't make diamond at the time. I think we also have like a 220s that is just not displayed. Maybe we could do a multi-mount with like some of the best rares that we don't have in there. We're probably close to having an all gold one again. But anyway, I think at this point, we've been out here on Layton for about 2.5 hours. it's probably about time to head back and look into doing something like that. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but of course, any of our old rares are currently going to display as common until that's actually fixed, so I'm pretty sure I got the right to. I can't imagine why I'd have like a couple of 220s from the original Great One grind back in 2020 taxonomized unless they were rares, so I'm assuming once they fix that it's going to be displaying correctly. I'm pretty sure one albino and one piebald, but I'm really not even too sure, but at least our piebald from today is showing correctly. And we have quite a little collection of Whitetail here in the second lodge now. Kyla was doing all kinds of grinding when she was here, and she actually had a full piebald huddle multi-mount made. And now we just get to add yet another piebald to that with this guy in here, so pretty cool. Nice to come back to Layton and see all that, and I mean, there is a ton we have yet to see. We didn't even really get to hunt the evening, and then there's just going to be like a whole new process of trying to discover hotspots and just areas in general where all the species go, because you get so used to, you know, it's 5 o'clock on Layton, hunt the blacktail and elk spots. When all that changes, there's a lot to kind of take in, and I'm looking forward to actually getting back out there and learning more and more. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.